Hey gamers, welcome back to my YouTube channel Arshnova Gaming. Today we are taking a journey back to the dark, gritty and morally complex world of The Witcher Enhanced Edition. A game that didn't just mark the start of a trilogy but also helped launch CD Projekt Red from relative obscurity to international acclaim. This is where it all began for Geralt of Rivia, and we are going to explore whether this 2008 re-release of the 2007 classic still holds up in 2025. Based on the fantasy novels by Polish author Andrzej Sapkowski, The Witcher was developed by CD Projekt Red and published by Atari for its original Western release. The game introduced players to a grim, morally grey universe shaped by war, monsters, politics, and difficult choices. It runs on a heavily modified version of the Aurora engine, originally developed by BioWare, and while it showed its age even back then, its ambition was undeniable. The enhanced edition, released just a year later in 2008, was CDPR's answer to criticism, improving stability, refining dialogue, re-recording voice acting, and shortening load times. In essence, it was a promise that they were listening. Let's break it down across 5 core pillars: story, world generation, mechanics, graphics, and bugs and glitches before giving our final verdict and rating out of 10. Let's get started. Arguably, the strongest pillar of The Witcher Enhanced Edition is its narrative. You step into the weathered boots of Geralt of Rivia, a professional monster slayer afflicted with amnesia. From the opening moments at Kaer Morhen, the story wastes no time immersing you into its complex web of intrigue, alchemy, and personal identity. But this isn't your typical chosen one fantasy. Instead, it is a morally ambiguous world where every choice has weight, and often there is no right answer. The story unfolds in episodic chapters, each taking place in new regions, with new quests, characters, and dilemmas. What really elevates the writing is how decisions ripple across the game. Kill a monster to save a village, and you may accidentally empower a corrupt noble. Choose to help a friend, and you might doom someone else. The game constantly challenges your assumptions, and it rarely spells out the consequences until it is too late. However, the dialogue, especially in the original English version, can sometimes feel stilted or over explained. Thankfully, the enhanced edition re recorded many lines, improving the emotional story and emotional delivery and trimming awkward changes. Still, the occasional clunky phrasing remains a minor blemish. Despite this, The Witcher delivers one of the most thematically rich and narratively ambitious RPGs of its era. In terms of story, I'm going to give the rating 8.5 out of 10. Let's go for the world generation. When it comes to world generation, The Witcher doesn't offer an open world in the way we have come to expect from modern RPGs, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in detail and immersion. Each region, from the plague ridden outskirts of Vizima to the ethereal swarms of the Druid Groves, feels like a real place lived in and layered with history. The world isn't just a backdrop, it's a character in its own right. NPCs have daily routines, weather changes dynamically, the time of day affects not only the visuals but the behaviors of people and monsters. The simulation style design was ambitious for the type and still holds surprising charm today. Whether you are walking through a muddy alleyway in Vizima or investigating a haunted crypt, the world maintains a distinct grimy texture that perfectly complements the narrative tone. That said, some areas do feel restrictive or disconnected from one another. Transition between zones are abrupt, and loading screens, though significantly improved in the enhanced edition, can still disrupt the immersion. Nevertheless, the handcrafted feel of each local outweighs the lack of seamless exploration. So, for the world generation rating, I'm going to give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Let's talk about the mechanics. Now, for one of the most divisive aspects of The Witcher, the gameplay mechanics. The combat system is unique, blending rhythm based inputs with tactical preparation. Geralt wields two swords, steel for humans and silver for monsters, and switches between three combat styles: strong, fast, and group. Timing your clicks correctly allows you to chain combos, while mistiming results in broken flow. This design rewards patience and observation, but let's be honest, it hasn't aged well. The animations are rigid, hitboxes are unreliable, and enemy AI is limited. After a few hours, combat can feel repetitive and lacking in depth. However, where the game truly shines mechanically is in its preparation systems. Alchemy, meditation, and crafting are essential. You need to gather herbs, brew potions, apply oils, and read bestiaries just to survive some encounters. It's not flashy, but it emphasizes Geralt's role as a methodological professional, not a button mashing hero. The talent tree also had decent progression, letting you specialize in swordsmanship, magic, or alchemy. But again, the interface is clunky and difficult to navigate, especially for new players. Overall, the mechanics show their age, but they offer enough uniqueness to still be appreciated, especially if you are willing to learn the system. So, in terms of rating for the mechanics, I'm going to give this game a 6.5 out of 10. Next is graphics. Let's talk graphics. Even in its enhanced form, The Witcher is clearly a game of its type. Character models are rough, animations are wooden, and environments lack the depth and polish we now expect from AAA RPGs. However, what the game lacks in fidelity, it makes up for in atmosphere. The color palette is muted and grim, evoking a realistic medieval Europe rather than a fantastical paradise. The lighting is particularly effective, torches cast long shadows, the fog rolls in across a graveyard, and sunsets bathe the swamps in orange hues. These touches go a long way in building emotions. Still, you will notice repeated character models, clunky cutscenes, and still lip syncing. It's clear the CDPR was limited by technology and budget, but for its time and especially with the enhanced edition upgrades, it holds up far better than many of its contemporaries. In terms of graphics, the rating I'm going to give this game is 6 out of 10. Bugs and glitches. Originally, The Witcher launched with a fair share of technical issues, long loading times, frequent crashes, quest-breaking bugs, but CD Projekt Red made it clear they weren't abandoning their players. The Enhanced Edition addressed many of these problems, streamlining performance, optimizing assets, and polishing dialogues. Today, the game runs smoothly on modern systems with only occasional hiccups, some minor pathfinding bugs, rare animation glitches, or strange NPC behaviors, but nothing game-breaking, and certainly nothing compared to its original stage. This level of post-launch dedication is part of what began building CDPR's reputation for supporting their games. Rating for bugs and glitches is 7 out of 10. Final verdict: The Witcher Enhanced Edition is more than a game, it is a piece of RPG history. It is a product of passion, storytelling ambition, and sheer determination from a then unknown polished studio that wanted to tell a different kind of fantasy tale. While the gameplay systems may feel clunky and the visuals jaded, the soul of the game, its storytelling, choices, and world building remains powerful even today. If you are new to this series, this game is a rough but rewarding place to start. If you are a fan of The Witcher 3, it's fascinating to go back and see where it all began. It's not perfect, but few origin stories are. So the final score that I'm going to give to this game is 7.3 out of 10. Here is the category background once again. Story, it is 8.5 out of 10. World generation, it is 7.5 out of 10. Mechanics, it is 6.5 out of 10. Graphics is 6.6 out of 10. And bugs and glitches, 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching this deep dive into the Witcher Enhanced Edition. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments. Did you play it back in the day or are you just discovering it now? Until next time, stay sharp and never forget, evil is evil, lesser, greater, middling makes no difference. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you love this video, make sure to like it, share it with friends, relatives, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And guys, one more thing, that is that all the views mentioned in this video are the gamer's own perspective and your perspective might be different. If you think that I have made any mistake, then I seriously apologize for this, and you are free to write it down in the comment section or in the external communication channels. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you very much and bye bye.